Hello, welcome everyone. Don't forget you're all automatically added onto the free list as you arrive in chat for the first hour anyway. So we'll be on for an hour and I will do everybody that comes in within that hour, and then after that it'll just be a wrap up. Don't forget donations do take priority. They do enable you to have a tarot and oracle reading. Now, I did do a competition the other day and Bart got it, so he will have a tarot and oracle reading when it comes to his term. And now today, if anyone's watched the trailer, can you tell me what the middle card was? The first person to tell me what the middle card was in the trailer, what was the title of the middle card, will be getting also a free tarot and oracle reading. So we have on the list Eldonna, Bart, Mary, Maria, June, Pretty, Alexandra, Mira, Miss Rack, It's Just Crimson, and Christina has just walked in the door. So let me just type in her name. Okay, so Christina. Okay, so what was the middle card of the trailer? In the trailer, what was the middle card? Hi, Miss B. So if you can name what the middle card of the trailer was, you get a free tarot and oracle reading, just like Bart is going to get in a moment from the other competition that I did. So what I normally do for the free reading is you get 2 cards for the free reading. If you want anything more than that, then it's a donation. But for anyone who answers the question of the trailer, who watched the trailer, what was the middle card? Now you can find the trailer as a short as well. For Vesta's Art Love Oracle. Okay, so what was the middle card? If you can name the middle card, you will get a free tarot and oracle reading, which I'm going to do for Bart shortly. So this is a free list. So Eldonna, Bart, Mary, Maria, June, Pretty, Alexandra, Mira, Miss Rack, It's Just Crimson, Christina, and Miss B. That is a free list so far for those that are in the chat. So I do need a question from Eldonna, and I've got Bart's question there, which I'll do in a minute, and Mary. So I'm going to do Bart's question first while we wait for Eldonna and Mary. I'm going to do 3 at a time. It just makes it easier to sort of keep in control of the questions that are coming through. So as I do each one, that's cool. So if anyone else has answered the has seen the trailer. So how am I doing in my Dungeons and Dragons? Okay, so I'm going to actually use the Dragon Tarot. Where are we? Dungeons and Dragons. What the hell? That was a bit weird. Hi, Shruti. Yes, automatically added to the list. Sorry, I'm just having a moment. Just going to take a breath for a second. I've just lost something. That's on a bit of a weird thing. Maybe not. Maybe I'm not supposed to use it today for you, but I was thinking of using the Dragon Tarot. But it's like it's disappeared into thin air. That is like so weird. It's like a whole tarot deck has disappeared, the whole box. Oh well, maybe not to use it. Okay. Sorry. I had an idea and it's totally thrown me out. Okay. That was kind of weird. Okay. Elemental. And Aldonna, I'll do yours next. Right, this is looks like no one's going to answer the question in regards to the trailer. Nobody watched it today. No, it's all right. I lost a tarot deck. I don't know where it's gone. I lost a tarot deck. Obviously not meant to use it. So I got another one for you. I got another deck for you. That was kind of weird. Okay. But with your free reading. Okay. Breathe it out. Whew, let it go. How am I doing in the Dungeons and Dragons Children of Low story so far? Let's have a look. Glasses. That was kind of weird. Lost a tarot deck somewhere along the line. Don't know where it is or what I've done with it. I've put it somewhere. Right, how am I doing in the Dungeons and Dragons children's story so far? How's Bard doing in the story? Let's have a look. Right, Bard. Middle deck. How are you doing in your story so far? Okay, there's been some challenges that you've overcome. Definitely feel like you're a winner. You know, don't feel as though you've been defeated. Okay, don't feel like you've been defeated. Okay, it's important for you to mentally feel like you have achieved what you need to achieve with your story. But it's important that you feel like you've achieved what you need to achieve here. It's all like your wish being fulfilled. It feels like things are moving in the right direction. You're doing all the things that you can do with regards to your story here. Okay, it feels like you're doing really, really well. It's remembering to have a sense of balance, making sure that you are taking care of yourself in many ways, emotionally balanced. Okay, I feel like you need to be emotionally balanced here. It's all about the truth within yourself. It's your own perception, seeing your perception in how you're doing. Acknowledge that you are doing really well, is what I'm getting here. I feel like that you're doing really, really well here. Don't forget to take breaks. I feel like there's a possibility of remembering to take breaks in between your story. Making sure sometimes when you do nothing, it allows the story to flow. It allows you to get more ideas when you sort of take a break. Walk away from the computer, from what you're typing on, from the computer. Take a step back from your story, and you're going to feel that it's going to start flowing. There are some things that are weighing you down in regards to the story as well. It does feel like it's really about a commitment. It feels like things are quite heavy, but there is a completion of your creative energy here. Okay, so I think things are going really, really well for you. I think things are really moving. Just remember to take a bit of a break and don't let things weigh you down too heavily. It is about the commitment, but it is also remembering to sort of take a breath every now and then. That's really important here. So what do you get? Okay, it's about, I get a sense about spending time outside is going to help you with your story as well. I think if you can just spend some time outside, taking a bit of a breath, I do feel like things are going to allow you to reach new heights in your story. I think your story is going to really develop really, really well. I do feel like it's reaching new places, that it's allowing you to really get sort of do some of the best writing that you've done, is what I'm getting here. With reaching new heights, I feel like it's one of the best stories that you've ever written. If you just give yourself the chance to sort of breathe and spend some time outside and just allow yourself to just be quiet and be still. I think there's a lot of times if you can just allow yourself to breathe a little bit, you're going to allow yourself to sort of release any burdens that you've been feeling on yourself, any sort of deadlines and things like that, pressure that you might put on yourself, allowing yourself that chance to sort of breathe. That's super important here. Okay, Bart, how does that feel for you? I think it's very much about just taking a breath. Ultimately, I really feel like your story is going in the right direction. It really is the best story that you'll have written if you can just give yourself a chance to sort of breathe and acknowledge that the facts of what you're doing is really important here. Making sure you have that sense of balance in the emotions. I feel like it's very much about having a sense of balance is super important, Bart. Okay, cool. This is called the Elemental Power Tarot, and this was Healers of the Earth Oracle 2. So hopefully that helps. Right, Dune, you've donated. Okay, so your free readings will be done. Don't worry, I'm just doing the donations first. It's just a confirmation for you. It's just a reminder to take breaks. But yeah, maybe you need to sort of make sure that you do take them, because sometimes you might forget. Might get a little bit. Spending time outside is important too, Bart, for you. Right, so thanks, Bart. Right, Dune, I just need your question. I'm just going to do Aldonna because I've been waiting. So I'm just going to do Aldonna and then Dune. Just do Aldonna quickly. Just going to do Waterfall Tarot. Aldonna. think there's a spiritual awakening for you. Oh, that's interesting. With the Judgment and the High Priestess, it's very much about your spirituality. I do feel like there's a lot of knowledge that you've got within yourself that sort of needs to come out, needs to be revealed. I think there's a resurrection of your true self and who you truly are, and looking at the hidden knowledge that you have within yourself that needs to sort of come out, Eldonna. I think you need to really sort of trust in your own intuition, trust in your own knowledge as well, Eldonna. I think it's very important to sort of make sure that you're sitting in a state of self-learning. I think there's a lot of study and a lot of learning that you're doing within yourself. So you're able to resurrect who you truly are. That's a true awakening within yourself spiritually, Eldonna. I think that's really important for you to acknowledge. I feel like there's a lot of healing, and I do get a lot of healing energy coming through here. A lot of trying to find a sense of balance in what you do as you bring things into fruition. That's super important here. So there's a lot of knowledge that comes from within you, and it's about using that knowledge to develop who you truly are. That's super important here. Right, Dune. Okay, so questions from, I'm waiting for a question from Maria. So I need questions from Mary and Maria and Pretty. Right, how will my time, I mean, be at my next job at Cultivate? So let's just have a little second here. So just doing this. Right, so I'm just doing the first three at the moment. So yeah, Maria and Mary, thank you very much. That's cool. So Dune, let's have a look. What am I going to do for you is I might do okay, Silk Witchcraft. And Green Witchcraft Oracle. Right. Dune, how will your job, next job at the Gallery? Right, let's have a look. I think there's be a lot of shifting in your perception, shifting in your ideas, your plans. It does feel like there'll be a lot of shifting in your intellect as well. I think there'll be a lot of knowledge that you'll learn. I do feel like you're moving through new processes here. Now, things might seem like they're a little bit shaken up. You might be a little bit wobbly in regards to your job situation. That's super important here. So it's all about your job situation, and I do feel like you're moving through into new perspectives, new things within your job situation. I think there'll be a lot that you'll learn and discover, and it does feel like your world, it will feel like your world's a little bit rocked, but it's all about what do you want to bring into your job situation. It's all about what you want to bring into it. So don't dwell too much on the doom and gloom and things like that. It's all about being able to stand on solid ground by having a leap of faith in what's going on there. So yeah, I do feel like it'll be a bit of a doom. Like I do feel like it will shake you up a little bit. I think it will be quite challenging for you. There'll definitely be a lot of challenges. There is that hope. With the rainbow, there is about hope about possibilities. It's all about what you want to bring into your life. How do you choose to react to the difficult situations that are going on? It's how you look at the perception of what's going on for you. I think overall, I think there'll be some real challenges to the job, and how you choose to react is going to make a big difference here. I think there's going to be some real challenges. I think there'll be some real shifts and real changes in the way you see things at the job. Okay, I do feel like it's something that you'll enjoy. It's got attraction there. So attraction tells me that it's something that you're going to enjoy the challenges. I think you'll enjoy the challenges. I'm just going to do a second card here. I think it's going to allow you to sort of cleanse away the old and bring in the new for you. Yes, there'll be some challenges, but how you choose to react with those challenges, of course, it's a new job, so there's lots to learn, lots to discover, and so maybe things will be quite challenging for you, but it's all about what you want to bring into it. How do you choose to react to it all? Yep. Well, that's part of a job. That's part of a new job. There's always going to be challenges and things like that. But it's all about being able to sort of cleanse away the old and sort of bring in the new. Allow yourself to be drawn into the positive energy of it. It's how you choose to react that's going to make a big difference to the job situation. Okay, so it's all about how you choose to react. That's going to make a big, big difference. Okay, it's how you choose to react. Yes, there'll be some challenges. Yes, overall, I think you'll enjoy the job, but there will be some challenges to the situation. It's how you choose to react. How you choose to accept those challenges and move through them. No time frame. Hi B, how are you? Right, so the first three, let me get back into this free list that I'm doing. Oops, I lost my free list. Right, this is who I'm doing at the moment. Okay, Mary, Maria, and Pretty. So I'm going to do Mary. Okay, you only have to type your question in once because I'll scroll back. So I'm just going to do Mary, Maria, and Pretty. Then I'll do Alexandra, Mira, and Miss Rack. Then I'll do It's Just Crimson, Christina, Miss B. And then I'll do Sriti and B. Okay, so just going to have to wait. So Mary first. And then I'll do Maria. So, so make sure you take a moment to think about your questions, remember. Okay, so I'm just trying to get, here it is. Tarot Secrets, right. How does Kay feel towards you? You got to remember this is just perception about what's going on. Maybe it's something that you need to do. Maybe it's not always what you want. Okay. You got Six of Swords. So there's a shift. There's a moving on. Okay, Six of Swords is about moving on. Okay, so they're moving on. That's it, that energy that I get, that they're moving. Their shift, their ideas, their thoughts are moving on. Moving into new waters here. Feels like they're trying to find a sense of, with the temperance, I get very much about sort of trying to blend things together, trying to find a sense of moderation, not being too excessive about anything. Feels like they're trying to find a sense of tranquility. They're moving on to a sense of tranquility, to trying to find a sense of serenity in their life. So it feels like they're trying to leave behind any chaotic life that they've been into. So that's what I'm sort of getting here, is that they want to leave behind. I do feel like Kay is trying to leave behind any chaotic life. They're trying to find a sense of serenity or balance in their life. They're trying to sort of bring new pathways here. Feels like they want to travel in new pathways. They're trying to sort of connect with who they are emotionally in many ways. So I do feel like there's a moving on. Mary, I do feel like they're moving on, trying to leave behind the chaos and trying to move into smoother waters. So I really don't feel like, I just feel like they're leaving. I just don't know what that is, but I just feel like they're leaving. These are leaving behind. Okay, they're leaving behind, leaving something. They're shifting in their perceptions. They're shifting they're leaving behind the chaotic mental craziness and trying to move into tranquility, a sense of serenity. Okay, just a word in regards to how someone sees you. Okay, remember, it's their perception. Maybe they're dealing with other stuff. It's not really about you. Okay, a lot of times when you're thinking about someone's perception or what they're thinking about, they may not actually be thinking about you. It's not a really good question to always ask when you want to be empowered. I want you to think about your question, not yes and no questions, but questions that ask, how can I improve my journey? What do I need to know in regards to this situation? Why do I react this way? Why do I do this thing? How can I move forward? What do I need to know? So when you're asking yes and no questions, it doesn't give you a lot with the cards. So let's have a look. Will you pass this semester? Okay, well, it can depend on your actions that you take. Will you pass? Well, you won't pass if you party all night and don't study. So what do you need to do to pass? What do you need to do to pass this semester? Okay. Okay, first thing you need to do is move into a cycle. Okay, you're moving into new beginnings. You're starting fresh. You're allowing yourself to look at what you've achieved so far too. Acknowledge what you've achieved is super important to be able to pass. You've got to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. You're nurturing yourself. Okay, you're nurturing your finances. You're nurturing your well-being. I feel like there's a lot about self-care here. I think there's a lot about nurturing yourself, making sure that you're taking care of who you are. This is the thing about passing at semester. Will you pass? Only if you take care of yourself. Only if you sleep well, you make sure that you take care of your finances, that you take care. Money's going to be a big thing for you, I think, for this year. It's the semester at university. I think it's really important to make sure that you're nurturing your well-being, that you're eating well, that you're sleeping well, that you're in a safe space all those things are going to affect you at university this year. So, or this semester. So are you going to be success? Totally depends on the actions that you take. Totally depends on the new beginning. I feel like it's a new start from today. That's the only way that you'll be successful at university, is making sure that you do all the right things. If you take care of yourself, you nurture, you study, you learn, you know, there's all the actions that you need to take with the Five of Pentacles. So, yeah. Okay. Hurry up. Right, so who's next? Okay. Pretty. Pretty, Alexandra. So I need some questions from Pretty and Alexandra. Right, okay. Okay, what's going on between Aquarius and Mirror when they hang out? So when you meet, what's Aquarius's intentions? Okay, we've got the 10 of Cups here. So 10 of Cups feels like that they want to sort of, there's hope. I think Aquarius' intentions, or his feelings are always of hope. There's always that possibility that things will work out in the way that you want them to. It does feel very much like there's a possibility that things will work out the way they want them to. That's their intention. That things will be happy and be positive. Oh, that flew out. They feel like, you know, their intention is that something's going to be positive energy, that things are going to work out the way they want them to. Definitely feels like there is that connection. They're hoping for a strong connection. They're hoping for that choices will be made in regards to the relationship. So they're hoping for things to work out. They're hoping that things, I feel like there's a lot of hope that things will work out, that things will go in the right direction, that there'll be a connection on some level. Very much so. That their temptation will be there. I don't know why I got temptation with that. But I do feel like there was that sort of a temptation of that things will work out the way that they want them to. That things will work out. That's their intention. That there is hope. There is, you know, that things will work out, that there'll be happiness and joy, that things will work out the way they're supposed to. That things won't be bad. That's their hope. Well, I don't know if it's a crush, but it definitely feels like something's going to happen. Whether that's sexual or doesn't necessarily mean, You know, he might be just hoping for a bit of, it just feels like there is that sense of hoping for something to happen. You know, whether it's in that moment, they're hoping for something more than just the visit. Mirror. Okay, please don't post your questions until I'm ready for you, because it's just going to get lost in the chat. This is the list that I'm doing. So these are the people that I want questions from. Okay. And then I'll do the next list afterwards. Right, so these are the people I'm wanting questions from. So this is what I'm doing. Yes, please. It's just Crimson. If you can post, that would be great. So this is who I want questions from now. And then when I've finished, I'll do the next. Oh, that's cool, Mirror. Yeah, he definitely likes you. I mean, there's definitely that connection there. He's hoping for things to work out. Right, completed. Right. Right. Just remember, the best questions are how, what, and why. How can you move forward on your journey? What do I need to know in regards to this situation? And why do I sort of react in this way? What's hidden? All that rain. Oops, I better put the skylight down, otherwise I'm going to get rain everywhere. Oh, it is. Oh, I could do it. Just that window, that'll be all right. Right. Whew. So you got to think about your best questions. Yes and no questions don't really give you the best answers, but let's have a look. Whew. Okay. So I'm waiting from Pretty, Alexandra, Mizrak, no intuitive chosen one. I haven't done the list yet. Hi, Egyptian famous. You're working still? Cool. Okay, so it's just Crimson. Okay, so you've got this one here. Will they ever reply to me? What do you need to know in regards to the situation? Is a better question. Okay, what do you need to do? Sorry, it's just intuitive chosen one. everybody that's here will get their reading done. Okay, everybody that's here will get their reading done. I'm just doing the first list and then I'll complete the second list. Okay, it's just everybody is going to get their reading done. I'll wrap it up after that hour, then it's wrap up time. So we've still got about 15 minutes and then I'll start doing the wrap up. It's just crimson. Right. So what do you need to know in regards to the reply? What do you need to know in regards to the situation? Well, okay, 2 cards flew out. And I have to go for a bit of a dive. Here we go. The first card is Page of Wands. Okay, it feels like they've got the enthusiasm about the situation. They've got that sense of they're waiting, the messages and things like that. And then we've got the heartbreak. So no, even though they might have the want, it feels like the heartbreak is there. So it does feel like, no, they won't reply. I do feel like they've got that want, they've got that, they've got the enthusiasm, but I don't feel like they've got the experience to actually pull it off. I feel like they've got all this energy, like they want to, but then this heartbreak here. So I just feel like there is that heartbreak. So there is a sense of heartbreak. So I do feel like you'll be dealing with some heartbreak. You'll be dealing with some, I think it's time to sort of take a breath. Yeah. Right. Whew. Okay, I'm just not sure if I'm getting everybody here with their questions. So if you're on that list here, do need some questions. And what I'm going to do is just type up this next free list. Yes. So we'll just get this list done for you, so you know who's on it. And everyone will get their reading. Right. Everyone will get their reading. So everyone will get their reading. So yep, Christina, you can post. Sorry. Oh, intuitive chosen one. I didn't realize you're actually now. Sorry, I didn't see the sale. Sorry, brain didn't see that there. So I'll do you next. Intuitive one. Sorry, that's intuitive one. Intuitive. Oh, that's a different person. Sorry. Right. Yes. Donated. Right. Right. Intuitive one. Right. I didn't see that you donated. Thank you very much. That's muchly appreciated. If I can just have your question, intuitive one, that will be great. And I have done. Now, the next list is as well there once I get through it. So let's do intuitive one. I'll do your, just need your question. And then I'll do the next, then I'll do the wrap up for all the readings. Ms. Rack, I just need your question, please. Ms. Rack, I do need your question. Thank you. If you can just type in your question, that will be great. And I will continue and do everyone's reading. Don't worry, no one's going to miss out. I've got plenty of time to do everyone's reading. So please just be patient. And I'm just waiting for intuitive one's question. And nobody's going to miss out. Everybody that's come in for the hour is going to get their reading. It will take me a moment. Oh, wow. Intuitive one. Wow. Thank you very, very much. Oh my God, that's amazing. Thank you. So are you full reading? So I just need your question, intuitive one. Wow. Thank you very, very much. Wow. Blowing me away. That's amazing. Thank you. Wow. Okay. So let me just, what's your question, intuitive one? Let's do. Ooh, okay. So let's do. What is it? Okay, so you want to know, there's a lot going on here in regards to the relationship, in regards to what's going on. He's your son's father. So you want to know what's going on here. Ms. Rack, yes, you're added. I just need your question, please. I've got you in the first slot. So I just need your question, Ms. Rack. What are Xavier's feelings and intentions? So what am I going to do for you? I think best bet here. Let's do the 4 Huxa Tarot with the fairy forest. Okay, sorry, this is going to take me a moment. And then I'm going to add from the fairy forest. I think I will also add, where are we? Mists of Avalon. And Elizabeth, right. Don't worry, everybody will get their reading. If you just type in your question, and then I'll start doing the wrap up after I've done this. So everyone will get their reading, not a problem. Okay. Ms. Rack, I just need your question. Something's happened here with a stick. Okay, gotcha. Okay, got a full reading here. So what are Xavier's feelings and intentions? So let's look at this in a much, let's get into a little bit more detail with this. So what's going on with the connection? What does he bring to the energy? Let's pull out all these cards here. Let's look. Okay, so there's 5 cards there. Okay. Let's look at this relationship. What's going on here? Okay. Okay, we've got passion. A lot of stress and worry. Wealth and abundance. A lot of movement forward. I feel like there's a lot with the Knight of Air as well as the Chariot. So I do feel like there's a lot of contemplate. There's a lot of thinking going on here. I do feel like they see you as someone who's quite passionate. Okay, with the Queen of Fire. I do feel like they see you as someone who's quite passionate, who's quite creative. But they do also see that you have a lot of worry, a lot of stress going on in your life. Now, there is a lot of wealth and abundance coming into it with the Elder of Earth. So there's a lot of feeling like there is that sense of opportunities that arise. I do feel like that you're looking for opportunities that arise in the situation. There's a lot of contemplation before moving forward. Do see you as someone who contemplates, who thinks about things before they actually move forward. But it's a reminder here to make sure that you strategize and make plans in the situation. So I do feel like they see you as someone who's quite fiery, who has a sense of direction that you want to move into. So they do see you as someone who's quite creative, who's quite passionate. I think there's a lot of passion for you. And they do see you as someone who's passionate. But they do see you as someone who also worries and stresses. And I think that's part of the passion that you have, is that sense of worry and stress going on in your life. And so you've got that sense of opportunities that arise with the Elder of Earth. That opportunities arise. Sense of contemplation with direction. I think it's very important for you to make sure that you think about things before you rush into them. It's important that you sort of take your time and plan and strategize in what's going to happen. Don't rush into anything with this relationship. I know that he's your son's father. It's important that you think about things before rushing in, making sure that you've made plans and that you guys are on the same page. Put it that way. Make sure that you guys are on the same page. Let's have a look here. Here we've got a recognition of skills with the Three of Earth, but it's also about support, knowing that you actually have support here as you take care of your well-being. Nurturing your well-being is really important here. Again, with the Elder of Fire, I get that sense of new adventures, new possibilities. So I think this is a relationship that could have a lot of new opportunities, new emotions. But there's a lot of changes, a lot of transformations that need to take place. And I don't know if there has been or there should be a lot of changes and transformations. A lot about looking at the actions of any consequences that are made. So I feel like there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of stuff happening in this. There's a lot of changes that need to take place, a lot of transformations, a lot of legal, I don't know if it's legalities or a sense of trying to find a sense of equilibrium, looking at the actions of any consequences that are, or consequences of any actions that are taken, should I say, consequences of any actions that are taken. So there's a sense of taking care of your well-being is super important here. As you look at your support, you know, does he support you? Are you supported by others in your life? Are you recognized for your skills and your abilities? So I do feel like there's a lot of changes, a lot of transformations that need to take place. Intuitive one. Okay, next. Ace of Fire. So there's a breakthrough. I think there is an understanding. I think you will get a sense of within yourself. I think it's really important that you trust in your truth. Trust in the truth of what's going on here. Don't let yourself get bound, don't let yourself feel like you're restricted. It's important that you don't let yourself feel like you're restricted by what's going on here. Getting a sense of clarity is super important. So it's important that you feel like you have a sense of clarity, that you've removed any sense of confusion or clouds and things like that, that you have a sense of inner peace within yourself is super important here as you remove any restrictions that you place upon yourself here. It's important to look at the truth, having a sense of breakthrough and understanding of what's important to the journey. Again, I get a lot of self-care is super important here. Taking care of your emotional needs is going to be super, super important to you. That's important here. So being able to sort of take care of your emotional needs. Okay, when I say that I'm ending soon, it means I'm going to wrap up everybody who's come in up to now. Everybody who's come in is going to get a reading. Okay? So I will do you just have to wait and be patient here. Okay, I'm going to wrap up everybody who's come in up to this point. Okay, what are Xavier's feelings and intentions? So I do feel like there's a need for you to actually take care of yourself. So I do feel like he's thinking about your passion, your creativity, but he sees that you're worried and stressed about stuff. You're somebody who worries a lot. Okay, so he does feel like there's some plans and some things that need to be sorted out. I do feel like you need to make sure that you're contemplating before making any decisions that need to be done here. Whew, so what do you need to do? What's your final result in regards to this relationship? I do feel like there's going to be a lot of changes, a lot of moving into smoother waters, leaving behind the chaotic stuff. But it's all about what you decide to bring into your life. How do you choose to react to the challenges and things that are going on here? Making sure that you have a sense of harmony, that you have the sense of making sure you receive as much as you're giving is going to be really important in this relationship here. I think there's a lot of challenges in this relationship, but it's all about how you choose to react. Make sure you guys are on the same page. I think communication, I feel like there's a lack of communication in many ways. I think there's a real need to communicate in this relationship because there really is a lack of communication. I do feel like the potential in the relationship's really positive. Like there is a real potential for the relationship to grow and develop, but how you choose to react to situations, how you choose to move through them, communicate is going to be super, super important. Very much about making sure that you dream. I feel like there's needs to sort of dream big within the relationship, being able to sort of take care of your emotional needs is going to be super, super important here. Making sure that I do feel like he's kind and caring. He has a kind and caring energy about him, but I do feel like there's a lot of challenges within the relationship. So I do feel like there's a lot of stuff going on here, Intuitive One. I do feel like there's a lot of stuff going on. I do feel like there's going to be some real challenges in the relationship with regards to being your son's father. I think there's a real need to communicate. I think there's going to be a real need to communicate in this relationship on many levels. Okay, the potential's there. You've got to look at the consequences of any actions that you guys take together. I think it's really important that you guys are on the same page, that there's a lot of communication needed. So there's a lot of stuff there, Intuitive One. Okay, you need to make sure that whatever you're hiding is revealed. That's why I think communication, I'm just getting a lot about communication is so important here, because I feel like there's a sense of not a lot of communication going on here. There's a lot of stuff that needs to make sure that you are coming from a place of the heart is super important, that whatever you do come to, towards each other comes from a place of the heart. That's where communication is going to be so important. And it does feel like there's a lot of healing that needs to come into fruition. I think there's a lot of healing between you two needed, because there's going to be a lot of challenges. Whoa. Okay, 2 cards flew out here. Okay, I think you're going to have to be very careful about the stories that are told. I think you need to look at the facts of what's actually going on. I think, oh, wow, interesting. So we get sacred union. And the first word that came up was about that sexuality, that sense of growth and expansion, that connection that you guys have. Can be really positive. But again, I get a lot about the need to communicate is going to be super important. Like, one last card. Oh, actually, I got 2 cards here flew out. Whoo. Okay, again, I get the words hidden. I get a lot of things about the need to communicate. I think there's a lot of stuff that's not being shared by the two of you, so you need to share. And you need to bring in the sense of hope so that you don't failure. Again, I get that sense of communication is going to be so important in this connection here. I think if you guys can communicate, things will start to grow. Yeah, I do. That's why I got the lack of communication. You guys need to speak. You guys, it's how you choose to react, not the blame game too. Really important not to play the blame game. It's important to be able to communicate honestly with how you feel without the blame game going on. Again, I get that whole sense of, that's why I got that lack of communication. Communication is so important for what was hidden. Needs to be revealed. You need to be speaking honestly about how you feel, what's important here. So I think potentially it could be a really good relationship. You guys could have an amazing relationship, but it boils down to communication. Intuitive one. If you guys can communicate, if you can reveal what's being hidden, I think you'll be able to get through any process. I get a lot about the hard work that needs to be done. I think there's a lot of hard work. So intuitive one, I suggest that with this reading that you come back and re-listen to it. Come back and re-listen to the reading in your own time, at your own space. And because I think that was quite a lot in there, quite a lot of information. So I think there's a lot about communication is super important. Basically, what it boils down to, he sees you as someone who's passionate, who's got a lot of stress, a lot of worry, a lot of stuff going on. So, yeah, I do feel like it's communication is going to be the key to you guys moving forward on this in this relationship. I think that's going to be the big thing. How you choose to react, not the blame game, is super important here. Being able to sort of communicate clearly and honestly with how you feel, without shouting, without being nasty. Don't be nasty to each other. Be kind. Be kind. It's how you choose to react. Look at the consequences of any actions that you take. Is super important. It's all about how you deal with any legalities and things going on in your life as well. So communication, super important. So hopefully that helps. Wow, that was huge, guys. That was absolutely huge. Now, let's get on and do everyone's free reading. So, is everyone typed in? I'm just going to flick through. Everybody that has typed in a question will get their reading done. We've got plenty of time. I'm not in any particular hurry today. So, everybody who's come in is going to get their reading. Okay? Everybody that's come in will get a reading up to Sarah. Okay, and Phoenix. Okay. Yep, Ms. Rack. She's on the list. She's on the list. Everybody, I'm just waiting for Ms. Rack's question. That's what I've been waiting for. So, if you've typed in your question, I can do your reading. Okay? If you've typed in your question, I can do your reading for you. Okay, so I'm waiting for Ms. Rack's question. Okay, so the first list. Let me just go back to the first list, and then I will continue with the second. So, let me see. So everybody on this list, if I haven't done a reading for you, I will do your reading now. Right. So let me go through and do this. And then I will do the next lot. Everybody gets their reading. Nobody's going to miss out. I promise you. I want to do everybody's reading. So I've got time. Yep, you were on the list, Christina. Yes, Christina. Right. I think it's just Crimson and Christina. So let me have a look. Did I do, it's just Crimson. Yes. Right, Christina, you're next. Yes, you can post. Right, Christina. Right, here we go. Yep. You'll get your reading, Breaking Evil with Light. Yep. And Sarah, yep, you'll get your reading. No worries. Just give me a moment to get through this list and then I will continue. Right, let's get this done. Okay. So I'm going to use the Rider Tarot deck. Will jury contact you? You're not being seen. Oh, thanks, Egyptian Famous. Egyptian Famous, thank you very much. I have done the next list, but I haven't done the last list. I've done the next, and then I'll have to do, there's a third list that I haven't done yet. So I will do the third list. I'm still on the first, but we'll get there. We will get there. Plenty of time. Right. Will jury contact me? Okay, there's no communication. So what's going on with this relationship? Interesting. 3 of Cups pull out when I was thinking about this question. So it talks about celebration. So it talks about a reason to celebrate. Celebrate your own life. Oh, interesting. With the King of Swords, it tells you to do a lot of thinking about it. I think it's time for you to do a lot of thinking. It does talk about celebrating life, but it's talking about you celebrating your own life. I think you need to just forget about jury contacting you. I actually got the sense of no communication here. It's about you needing to celebrate your own life. It's time for you to sort of get on with life. Time for you to start living. I feel like you're waiting. It's time for you to start doing some serious thinking about what you want for yourself, not necessarily the relationship here. It's time for you to start living your life. Christina, forget about jury contacting you. Don't keep, I feel like you're waiting and waiting and waiting. Yep, everybody's on the list. Everybody who's come into the chat is on the list. They came in within the hour. It feels like you're waiting. So it's time for you now, Christina, to start living your life. Start celebrating your own life. Okay, that's super important here. Start thinking about what your plans and your ideas about living your life to the fullest. Okay, that's super important here. Right. Now, Christina, I just did. Okay, so where am I up to? Miss B. So I don't know if Miss B typed in a question. Right, Miss B. Don't know if Miss B typed in a question. Then I'm going to do the next list. Right. So Miss B. Next is, so Sericity, I think, got removed. So Beth, Christiana, Bethel. So I did see your question here somewhere. So I'm doing the next list now. I'm doing this list. So B Christiana, Astrage, and then Intuitive Chosen One. So you're coming up Intuitive Chosen One if you're still here. Then I'll do Favor, Janus, Egyptian Famous, Phoenix, Breaking Evil with Light, and then I will continue with the third list. Right. Okay, so how will things go? Let's do the Gilded Tallow Royale. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I will get everyone's reading done. It's been in. You're welcome, Christina. Right. How will things go when Jaylene and you meet up? So what's going to happen? Okay. I think there's going to be a lot of things that you'll be juggling. I think there's going to be a lot of things that will be back and forth. That will be juggling. Okay. I do feel like there's a lot of things that will be juggled. That will be back and forth with the situation. Interesting. And it's interesting because I got a sense of things being restricted, like there's a sense of being chained. So I feel like things would go back and forth energy wise, and I think it could restrict you, could chain you to something. Just be aware of how you choose. Again, I get that sense of how do you choose to react in this situation, because it's very easy to get I keep getting like a disagreement or a sense of debate. Not necessarily a disagreement, but more of a debate that could chain you to how things go. So it's very much about how you're going to choose to react to the situation. I feel like there's going to be a sense of I keep getting the word debate. Like you're going, like there's stuff to debate about the situation. Yeah, so it's very much about how you choose to react, how you're going to choose to. I just keep getting this debating situation, like you're going to get into a sense of maybe different points of view. That's what I feel like the juggling's about. Like there is different points of view. You are long distance, okay? But I do get this. Maybe that's what the debate's about. Could be. Very much so. But I am getting a debate. I just feel like there's a lot of debating about the situation. I think there's a lot of things that are juggled, trying to juggle. So it could be about juggling the time and things. So there could be some restrictions to not being able to meet up. Could be some limits. So yeah, very much so. Okay, so I'm trying to get there. Astrid, if you're still here, intuitive chosen one. So let me see if I can find Astrid's question. Right, so I'm looking for, oh, intuitive chosen one. If I can have your question, please, that will be fantastic. Thank you very much. That'll be awesome. You're welcome, B. Right, what's Jaden's true feelings and thoughts towards you? Let's look at the Moon Babies Tarot. Okay, Moon Babies Tarot. Okay, intuitive chosen one. I just need your question as well. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I will get everyone's reading. It will just take some time. That'll be cool. What's Jaden's true feelings and thoughts towards me? So what's going on with Jaden? Okay, sorry, I just needed to pick something up in this. Okay, what's Jaden's true feelings and thoughts towards you? What's going on with Jaden? What do you need to know about Jaden? Oh, I felt that. Let's have a look. What do you need to know about Jaden? Interesting, because I get a sense of awakening. I got the words awake, time to wake up. Okay, time to wake up. Okay, there's a lot of endurance, a lot of stamina. So it's time to, I just got the words time to wake up. And you're going to have a lot of strength or courage to sort of look at infinite possibilities about things. I just got the words time to wake up. So I'm getting that sense of maybe things are not quite the way you want them to. Maybe it's time to sort of look at things honestly at the situation here. It's time for you to start using your inner strength, your courage to make some decisions about things. It's time to look at the awakening of the situation. It's time to wake up. So I don't think things are quite the way you want them to be in this situation, Astrid. It's time for you to use your courage, your strength to move into a new direction. Now, that's what I'm getting. All I'm getting is here is it's time to wake up. Time to look at things honestly. I think there's a lot of healing needing. Again, I get that sense of healing with this card. A lot of healing. A lot of things being revealed with them being naked here. I get a sense of things being revealed, things being opened up, with the lids coming up here, with the coffins opening up here. So I get a sense of a lot of things are opening up to new possibilities. These infinite possibilities to where you can move forward. I do feel like you need to sort of tame the wild aspect, thoughts and things like that. Okay, Astrid. So I think there's a lot about a lot of healing needing to take place. A lot of you needing to sort of, I want to say, tame the wild thoughts and things that are going on here. It's time for you just to wake up, to start looking at the honesty of the situation. About being honest about the situation here is super important. Being honest. I think there's some things that you need to really think about here. I don't think things are quite the way you want them to be. Right. Intuitive chosen one. Right. So who was next on the list? Favor, Janice, and Egyptian Famous. And then I'll do Phoenix, and then Breaking Evil with Light, and then I will continue with the last list. Let's do the Hoodoo Tarot. Favor, if I can just have your question, that'll be really cool. Thank you. Have you posted? Brilliant. Thank you. I'll scroll back to it. What is the possible information? What is the information about? What is the information about? Oh, okay, interesting. So we've got 9 of Coins. And 9 of Coins talks about that there is a gain. There's a gain, that you've gained something, that you've got something that they want. Feels like that they've got something that you want. Feels like that there's a sense of that you've gained something that they want. Interesting. Like the Wheel of Fortune type card here is that sense of, yeah, that you've got good fortune. I feel like there's a lot of jealousy going on here. I think you need to don't worry about too much about it. I feel like it's just a lot of like that you've gained something, that you've got something, that you're moving in good fortune, that things are moving in I just feel like it's just about jealousy. I just feel like there's no need for you to worry. I feel like I think you just got to let that go. Don't stress about it. I think it's time for you just to take a breath, accept that life's ups and downs. There are always going to be challenges in life. There's always going to be people around. I feel like it's because 9 of Coins is about a sense of gain, that you've gained something that they want. I feel it's very much about they've gained, you've gained something that they want. What I'm going to get here. And life's ups and downs. It's good fortune, a sense of things moving in different in new directions, moving into new cycles, new stage of a new cycle. So I just feel like you're making I feel like there's more like you need to what do you need to know? What do you need to Okay. You need to look at your own happiness, your own completeness. Again, I think you need to take care of your own emotional needs. Intuitive chosen one. I think you just need to not get wound up in what other people think about the situation. I think you need to be very careful about what others say. I think you need to be very careful about what your friend says. I feel like there's a lot of... I just got a vision of a wooden spoon. I don't know why I got the wooden spoon, but like something like being stirring. Like she's stirring the pot. I think you need to be very careful about what your friend says. I get a sense of like stirring the pot. You need to find your own happiness, completeness within your own circle. But I get a sense of like your friend. I just got that was so weird. I just got like a wooden spoon stirring the pot. So I don't know whether your friend is stirring. Oh, I got a sense like your friend's stirring the pot and should have chosen one. So I think you need to be very careful about what your friend says. I think there's a lot. I just feel like you just need to be careful. Be very careful about what your friend says. I think it's a sense of stirring the pot. Just need to be very careful. Right, so where am I up to? I did see Janice there. Favor and then Janice. Right, Favor. Let's do the vintage Japanese. Oops, I don't want the Celtic. I'm just going to light an incense stick here. I'll just be a minute. Let me just write. Let's just clear away. Let's just. Okay, 7 chakras. Let me just balance out some chakras. Let me just light an incense for a second. Just clear the air. I feel like there's a lot of heavy energy going on. It's all right. I've got plenty of time. I'm doing everyone's reading. It'll just take me a moment. Just light this incense. Let's balance out our chakras, our energy points. Right. What's going on here? What's going on with T? What's happening? What does T have in mind? Whoa. Okay. Card that flew out. 7 of Pentacles. Still trying to decide what they want in their life. Feel like they're still trying to decide. They're still trying to decide. And then we get the 4 of Swords. So 7 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords. So it feels like they're just trying to take some time out. They're still trying to decide what they truly want. And so they're sort of retreated from the situation before making any decision. So they're unsure. Basically, Favor, I get that sense that they're unsure. There is no clear decision as yet. They're sort of taking some time out. They just feel like they're just trying to decide what they truly want in their life. They're still trying to decide. Okay, they're unsure. They haven't made any clear decisions yet with the situation. Just feels very clear cut that they just haven't made a decision yet. They're just unsure about what to do. Okay, Janice, let's have a look. Okay, so I'm going to use the Romantic Tarot in this one. What's coming towards you in love? You're single and you want a serious relationship. Okay, so what's towards you? What do you need to know in regards to love? What do you need to know? In regards to relationships. Okay. Knave of Swords. Okay, you need to look at the situation right now. Look at any issues or anything that you've got in regards to love. I think you need to do some soul. I get a sense of like doing some real soul searching in regards to your thoughts and ideas about love. What are your thoughts and ideas in regards to love? I think you need to do some real serious thinking about what do you truly know, what's important in regards to love. Here you've got Queen of Pentacles, and to me the Queen of Pentacles is very much about nurturing your well-being. So you need to make sure that you're in a healthy headspace. Okay, you need to make sure you're in a health, that you're organized, your sense of nurturing your well-being. I get a lot about, you know, you wanting to be in a serious relationship. You're single at the moment, so you really need to think about what's important to you in regards to love. What's the truth of the situation? What are the facts in regards to love? That's only something you can do. Okay, that's something that you can do in regards to your well-being, your sense of being organized, being firm in your decision. Be quite firm in your decision in regards to what you really want in regards to love, because you won't get a serious relationship until you have that really clear in your own mind, whether that's done with a sense of books, or you know, books or anything like that you can read, any exercises that give you about relationships. There's lots of really good books on relationships, and some of the things that you might need to think about in regards to dealing with relationships. Maybe there's a lot of healing that you need to do, and the reason why I say healing is because of the green sort of stood out here. A lot about communication, needing to communicate is really important. I get the steps here, which talking about one step at a time. Don't rush into anything. Get to know someone first. Get to know somebody in the relationship. Don't need to rush. You don't need to rush. It doesn't have to be, you know, be in the now, be in the moment with relationships, one step at a time. See, you know, let the light shine on the situation, on the relationship. Let things get exposed, get unveiled, be revealed naturally here. So there's a lot of stuff going on with these cards when I look at the image here. Let me see if there's anything in here. I get a sense of like, take a moment to smell the flowers. Take a moment to smell the roses, or smell the flowers if you like. Take a moment to enjoy the journey. Take a moment to enjoy the journey here. Okay? So that's important. Take a moment to enjoy the journey. Okay, next on the list, who have I got? High Priestess Tower. Yes, you can donate. Not a problem. Just trying to get through these free readings here. Egyptian famous. Now, did you type in your question? So this is what I'm doing at the moment, and then there's a few more afterwards on the third list, which I haven't done yet, which I will still do. So I'm just waiting for Egyptian famous, Phoenix, and breaking evil with light. So Phoenix. So let me have a look. Let me just get through. Let me just go through. So Egyptian famous. I'm just waiting to see what your question was. Let me just do. I'm just going to go through some questions here. Just give me a minute. Yeah, so if you haven't typed if you've been on a list and you haven't typed your question in, please make sure your question's done, because I can't answer it unless I've got a question. Oh, thank you for the donation. High Priestess Tower, I just need your question as well. So is there a marriage? Let's do, what's the relationship like? Let's do the, I'm going to do a Rider-Waite Smith here, do Waterfall Tarot. Yes, please. Thanks, High Priestess Tower. Oh, it's going to get hot. I have to put skylight back up, otherwise I'll sweat. Put the fan on. Weather just changing absolutely crazy at the moment. It keeps changing on us. Crazy, crazy weather. Let me just put a fan on 1 second, otherwise my space will get so hot. We have to breathe. Woo! Hot in here. Open door. Oh, sorry. When you live in a caravan, everything gets really stuffy really quickly. So, High Priestess, yeah, if you just type in your chat, type the question in, and I will do your question next. Okay, will Sky get married? Whew. Will you guys get married? I think there's a lot of burdens, a lot of challenges to the situation. It's going to be a lot of priorities that need to be organized. I think there's a lot of things juggling. Okay, I think there's a lot of things weighing you down in regards to the situation. It's quite a heavy load, if you like. There's a lot of things that need to be juggled, a lot of things that need to be sorted out before the marriage takes place. Okay, Phoenix, I think there's a lot of things that need to be sorted out, a lot of commitment that needs to be done. I think there's a lot of things weighing you down, a lot of things that are being juggled. You need to look at what's being sacrificed or what needs to be organized, what needs to be balanced out in regards to finances. I'm getting a lot of material aspects here. So that's why I'm sort of getting the finances side of things. I think there's a lot of things weighing them down financially. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff. So will you get married? I think there's too much to go on. There's too much to be sorted, too much to be thought about. It seems to be very, very heavy. A lot of things that need to be discussed before that yes or no comes up. I think there's a lot of stuff that needs to be sorted in the situation. Right, so let's do this. High Priestess Tarot. Right, I will continue to do the free readings, not a problem. I still will continue to do those free readings that are from that list. Right. Oh, okay. What's going on with this relationship? Let's do... Actually, that's what I've been saving the Universal Celtic for. Okay, and then I'm going to do, with this, I'll do the Blessed Be cards. Interesting. Okay. Sometimes the book can give us a little bit more depending on what. Yeah. Okay. So I get that. So what's going on with your husband? Whoa. Okay. Well, that popped up straight away. Yes, there's a lot of legal stuff that needs to be looked at. There's a lot of legalities that are needing to be looked at in regards to this situation. I feel like there's a lot of consequences from any actions that are taken. So it's important that you are very careful about the way you word things. Look at the truth of what's actually going on. being perspective. Oh, okay. So there's a lot of legalities, a lot of things need to be cut. I feel like there's a lot of things that need to be removed, a lot of things that need to be looked at. Communication is going to be so important in this process here. The reason why I say communication is because of the sword and the sense of trying to find a sense of balance, equilibrium in the whole situation. Okay. It's a lot of burdens, a lot of stuff weighing you guys down. Oh my God, there's so much stress in the situation with the 10 of Wands. Okay, so much stress and so much worry and so much heavy stuff. And it's a lot of outside influences, of course. It's outside influences, as you said, with this ex. Okay, so what lies ahead for you guys? What lies ahead for you? Oh, these two here come out. So the first two here, we've got the 7 of Cups. So you've got to look very carefully at all your options. Okay, you need to weigh up all your options. You need to look at all the possibilities. There's so many paths that you guys can travel. And it's all about how you choose to speak to each other, how you choose to look at things are going to be really important here. And it's interesting because you get here, you got the 7 of Cups and 7 of Wands. So it's all about how you choose to, again, stand up for your convictions, stand up for your beliefs. I think you really need to communicate clearly about what you truly want. You need to be able to communicate clearly with him on a one-to-one basis. Really calm. Okay, so communication is going to be the key here. And I say that with the 7s. Here, I just get the sense. Yeah, very much about Queen of Swords here, being able to speak your truth, speak the truth and expect the truth in return. So being able to nurture the ideas and the plans, the ideal relationship here is going to be, I think, very important here. Being able to nurture the truth, being able to speak clearly with the facts. Remove any restrictions. Okay, with the 8 of Swords, it's about seeing you being stuck here. Okay, so a very, very important here with the 8 of Swords. Interesting with the communication, making sure that you remove any blindfolds to the situation, being able to communicate clearly about the situation is going to be super important here. High Priestess. So I'm really getting the need to communicate. Stand up for your convictions. Stand up for what you truly want. Speak your truth is going to be so important. Speak the facts of the situation. If you're wanting to reconcile, it's important that you guys are communicating. How you choose to react is going to be a big difference. How you choose to communicate with each other is really the big difference here with what moves forward on you. Okay, it's being able to remove any restrictions, any limits that you place upon yourselves or each other. Make sure you remove any limits with him as well. You're a no-come. So that's where communication has got, you've got to find a way to communicate clearly, honestly, not the blame game, not the, this is how I feel. Just this is about you, how you feel. You feel upset, tired, exhausted. I feel like I'm not being listened to. I feel as though things are not really going the way I want them to. So communication is going to be really important, not the blame game. Really important to be able to look at things to how you're going to stand up for your convictions, how you're going to see things is going to be really important here. What you choose, what path you choose. So let's have a look. Whew, take a moment to breathe. Oh, I felt that one. Blessing on a journey. So it's going to be a real journey that you guys travel here. If you guys want to reconcile, it's really about the journey that you take. The healing, the communication, the marriage counselor, the sense of, yeah, I don't know what, I just got marriage counselor. Definitely talking to somebody who's able to guide you in the right direction, looking at maybe reading a book on relationships and giving you some tools to be able to communicate more clearly. Because communication is going to be the big thing here. I just want to have a look and see what the blessing is. 22. So let me have a look and see what the blessing is here. Right. A blessing on your time away from home and on the road. A blessing on the in-between, the liminal space, the borderlands you will inhabit. May the road you take be blessed as you begin this journey into the unknown. For while you may have plans, a map, and a compass to guide you, there is much that will surprise and amaze you. May the leaving of home be done with ease, knowing it will be safe until you return to its shelter once more. May you experience the joy of anticipation. Let the moment of embarkation be a great thrill when you take flight on board ship or car or whatever vehicle it is that you'll safely cross the miles. Let there be elation. May you encounter kindness upon the road. Delightful turns of good luck, serendipitous meetings and quiet moments too, so you can fully absorb the adventures of each day. May the adventurous spirit within you be delighted by your wanderings, and may you relish to the full each day upon the strange road you are traveling. May the purpose of the journey be blessed, whether you leave excited or reluctant. May whatever trip it is you take be fulfilled in its spirit, and may the days fill themselves with future memories that will feed your soul for years to come. May the skies shine down on you. May the plans you made be exceeded by their reality. May all go more than well for you. And when it comes time to return home, traveler, may your home open its arms up and take you in and share the gifts you have returned with. Arrive home safely, enriched with discovery, inspired and open-hearted, and full of love for this world we dwell within, for it's wondrous, and this you have found to be the truth. Blessed be. Oh, interesting, you're going on a trip. I think that trip's going to allow you to have a lot of healing. I think that's really important for you. I think that journey, I think it's really about self-healing is what I'm getting at here. It's about opening your heart. And I want to say, I just got, when I was reading that, I also got the words remember. Remember why you fell in love with him. Remember why you connected. I think it's important to remember that first time that you connected. I just got the words remember. Remember the first time you connected. Remember that. Remember those first moments. Remember why you fell in love. Remember why you connected. So hopefully that gives you some answers, High Priestess Tower. Right. Let's continue with the free readings. Who's next on my list? I haven't forgotten any of you. You're all on the list. Those that came in within that hour. Right. So let's continue. got time if you're happy to be in this thing. So I'm just saying, I don't know who I've missed, guys, so just make sure that you just type in your question and let me know who's still here. I'm still going. So did I do Phoenix? So I did Phoenix, I think. Yep, Sarah, I've got you. You're coming up. Breaking evil with light. Yes, that's it. I've got your question up here somewhere. I just saw it before. So right, and then I'm going to have a look and see who has not had a reading. Can you just make sure your question's in now? Yes, Sarah, I've got your question. Right. So you want to know what's going on with your boyfriend. Well, you guys need to communicate for starters. Let's do the Seraphina's Modern Tarot. Is what I'm going to do with this one here. So you want to know what's going on with your boyfriend. What's happening? What do you guys need to do to move forward? What do you need to know about moving forward? Whoops, that was me being clumsy. Okay. What do you need to know about moving forward on this journey? What do you need to do? What's going on with this relationship? What lies ahead for it? What's going on? Whoa. Okay. Okay, Three of Wands tells me that you've got a lot of thinking to do. You've got a lot of looking at your goals. Okay. I feel like you've got this doubt going on. Okay, you already think that he's cheating on you, right? You've already got this doubt going on. You're reflecting on things of what do you truly want in this relationship? What's the creative energy? What are your goals in regards to this relationship? Okay, you've got to think about your goals to this relationship. What are you thinking about in regards to this energy? I think there's a lot of moving on. Okay, you've already got this, you've got a lot of healing to do. You've got to move into smoother waters. You've created some chaos here. There's some chaos going on with this relationship. So you've got to take a moment to pause. You've got to do you've got to do some real looking at your goals in regards to this relationship. What do you truly want? Why are you bringing in this energy, or why is this energy here within you? So you've got to move on from these waters here. I think it's time for you to start moving on. If you've got this doubt about your boyfriend, you're creating that energy. Okay, so you've already got this doubt going on. So you guys need to, there's a lack of communication, of course. So there's a need to communicate if need be. But there's definitely a shift in perception needed. There's definitely some things that you need to think about your goals in regards to this relationship and why you're bringing in this energy. Is this because of past energy that you've had in the past that you're bringing into the present? It's this past energy that you're bringing into the present here. So you've got to think about moving on, changing your perception, changing your ideas about what you want, your goals and things like that. So he was your ex, and so you took him back. So why was he, so this is like, why was he your ex in the first place? Had he cheated on you before? Had he cheated on you before? Breaking evil with light. Had he cheated on you before? And he came back to repeat the pattern. And that's why there's moving on. That's why it's time to move on. Time to shift your perception, shift your ideas about the relationship. So why do you think he's cheating on you? You've created that, you're creating that energy break. So if he's presented you to his mom and he wants a commitment, why are you creating this energy? That's why it's up to you to think about, what do you truly want? If you're creating this energy that you're thinking he's cheating on you, you've got to shift your perception, shift your idea. So you're creating a scenario, so you've got to shift your thoughts, your ideas. You guys have got to talk. So if there's a lack of communication, it's about moving forward without it. His ex. When I was with him, yeah, I think there's a lot of red flags going on here. Time to shift, time to move forward. Why, you've got to think about what you really want in this relationship. What do you really want in this relationship? What's your goal? You know, are you going to accept things for what they are, or are you going to move forward? I think it's time to move forward. I think you've got to shift your ideas about the relationship. Look, you have free will breaking evil with light. You've got to make the decision and what you want to do with it. It's about you creating the boundaries, you shifting that, you shifting your thoughts and ideas about the relationship. Feels like you're making excuses, or you're not ready to move on. So what I'm telling you here is you've got to think about what you really want in that relationship. You've got to think about your goals of that relationship. This is about moving into smoother waters, and it doesn't feel very smooth. Yeah. Okay. You guys have got to communicate. There's no communication going on here. And you got to think about, are you going to put up with that behavior? Totally up to you what you do with it. But I feel like it's time to move on. Time to move on. Okay, so if you're in chat still and I haven't done your reading, can you please type in your question, please? I cannot do your reading unless you've typed in a question. Please type in your question. If you're in chat, please type in your question if you've been on the list. I feel like I'm still waiting for a question. If you're here, make sure your question is in chat, because I cannot do your reading unless you've typed in a question. Okay. So I'm just having a look. If you haven't typed in your question, I cannot do a reading for you. So please type in your question. I'm happy to do a reading, but I do need a question to do so. So I can wrap up the last ones. Right, yes, Sarah, I've got your question. So I'll do you. Oh, I like that question. How is my subconscious holding me back? And how can I move forward? And oh, what a great question. Right, Native American Tarot for this one. This is a deck I've used for like 23 plus years. I've used this tarot deck. It was the first tarot deck that made sense to me, that I was able to communicate. So, oh, I love this question. Right. How is my subconscious holding you back? How is your subconscious holding you back? How is Sarah's subconscious holding her back? Let's have a look. Okay, your subconscious. Okay, 5 of, oh, conflicts. I feel like your mind is a bit of a yo-yo. Like your thoughts, your ideas, your energy is a bit of up and down. Okay, there's a bit of a mind game going on within yourself. There's a bit of, I think that can really hold you back because you're going backwards and forwards. It feels like a bit of a game going on in your head. Oh, interesting. Oh, sorry, I just had to pick the card up. It fell on the ground. Wow, okay, so 2 of vessels. 2 of vessels to me is that sense of how can you move forward in general. I think it's very important that you have that sense of connection within yourself, a sense of wholeness. Indecisive, yes. Okay, so you've got to have a sense of embracing. I just got the words embracing your shadow self. Okay, I got the sense of embracing your shadow self, Sarah. I think that's really important, to be able to have a sense of wholeness within yourself, acknowledging your yin and yang energy, your masculine side, if you like, or, you know, as well as your feminine energy, being able to reconcile the whole of who you truly are. That's going to be really important here. That's the only way you're going to be able to move forward. Now, it's not a sense of a connection with someone else. It's a connection within yourself, being able to go within, okay, and have a sense of balancing out your own emotions. Being able to balance your emotions is very important. I get that sense of feeling a bit like your night and day, okay? Like there's 2 sides of you. You're split between, you're being pulled in different directions emotionally. Feels very much like you're being pulled in different directions emotionally in regards to different hats, like you're putting on different hats. And how do you reconcile those different aspects of yourself, which is really important here, Sarah. So I'm getting a lot about you being able to reconcile all the aspects of what's expected of you and bring them into one. There's another card here. I get a sense with the Warrior of Shields, for you to move in your journey, remember it's going to take a while, but it's about being very loyal to yourself. I think you have to be very loyal to who you are. Okay, be loyal to your own journey. Okay, you have to be very loyal to yourself. That's going to allow you to move forward in general by creating the boundaries that you need. Say no. I think saying no can be quite difficult for you as well. I get a sense of you struggling to say no. At times you always, I get a sense that you feel obligated. I think you need to stop that obligation. You know, there are times when you can say no. Being gentle with oneself, being loyal to oneself is really important. And that can be about creating a sense of boundaries by saying no. And I think you struggle with that sometimes. Feels like you sort of is like, oh, you know, like no, but oh, and then they people go at you, and so you end up saying yes, you give in. So you've got to be really important. You are a people pleaser. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, this whole here, this being loyal to oneself, saying no, boundaries, exactly that. Yeah. Okay, so you've got to say no. Stop saying yes all the time. There are times you have to say no. No. Take care of yourself. Be nurturing. Take the journey. Find a sense of wholeness within oneself. Time to put on one hat. Okay. So yeah, I hope that makes sense for you, Sarah. I hope that sort of helps you. I feel like there's a lot of healing to be done within yourself. A lot of sense of bark. I actually got bark flowers, Sarah. Have you used bark flowers? Where are those bark flowers? Oh, I think I might have put it in the... Oh, I just got to do a little something here. Where are you? This is what happens when you tidy up, you lose things. I think I put things in the wrong folder. Whew, it is hot. Oh, here it is. Okay, bark flowers. Bark flowers, I'm going to do a remedy for you. I'm going to do an, you can do them as drops you can get from the farm, from a pharmacy or a naturopath. You can get bark flowers, but let's do, okay, what does Sarah need in bark flower remedy? Let's just do, I'll just do 3. You can do up to 7, but we'll just do 3 at this stage, and it's going to help you. Bark flowers are going to help you cope emotionally. They're an emotional vibration. So we've got holly, rock rose. Oh, and this one here's staring at me. What have I got? Gorse. Right, let's have a look at holly, rock rose, and gorse. Right, let's have a look here. I'm going to send through a remedy for you. It's going to be doing a vibrational healing. Okay, so let's have a look at holly first. Holly, what's holly? Okay. And now I'm getting a bit of a, how do I put this? It's about loving oneself, put it this way. It's about loving yourself. I think it's time for you to start loving who you are, embracing all of you. Okay, so we'll do that. Is that right? Loving oneself. Let's do rock rose. Rock rose. Oops, went past it. Rock rose. Maybe a sense of panic in a way. How do I, or having patience of one around you. Sense of needing patience, a sense of feeling like everything's you've got this self-doubt, this extreme anxiety in a way, a sense of extreme anxiety. Okay, and the last one is gauze. So we like what I said was a sense of self-love needed, a sense of dealing with one's own panic, a sense of anxiety, and again we get that sense of anxiety, extreme fear. And then the last one is gauze. Let's have a look at gauze. Again, a feeling of despair. I get a sense of feeling like things can feel a little bit overwhelming for you. Okay, I get a sense that a lot of things are feeling overwhelmed. So let's just take a nice deep breath, Sarah. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And I want you to accept the healing that's coming through for you. Okay, we're going to accept the healing of the bark flowers. So I just want you to accept the healing. So just say, I accept the healing. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth and accept the healing. So just tell me that you're ready to accept the healing. And take a nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth and just accept that healing coming through. Accept the healing. Okay, is there anything else that needs to be done for Sarah at this time? Okay, that healing's being sent through, Sarah. So just take a nice deep breath, accept the healing, close your eyes for a moment and just be in silence. Just sit with that healing energy. Okay, you're going to accept that healing energy. It's going to help you feel better, cope better, feel maybe a bit more calm, a bit more relaxed, feel a bit more focused and ready to move forward with confidence. So let me know how you feel in that energy. You're ready to move forward with confidence. Okay, so that's your bark flowers. Okay, so they are your bark flowers. So write those down: holly, rock rose, and gauze. So I want you to focus on that energy. That's something that you can take note of on a bit of paper and just write them down and just feel that energy. Feel that energy. Yeah. Okay, so the last of the readings on my list. So let me just go through and just check to see who was still in my chats, because time is moving on. It is now 10 past 12. I've been on for over 2 hours. So let me just make sure that I've done everyone that I promised. So if you're in the chats within that first hour that I promised I'd do a reading for, cool. I do have to sort of quit at some stage. So for those that were in that first hour, let me just go back and have a look and see who was here in that first hour that I said I would do the reading. So let me just go through and have a look at what questions are still in chat. So just give me a moment to flick through. So let me have a look from the High Priestess Tarot. That was the last one that I did. So SZ favor I did. Janice Intuitive One because data. Oh, Egyptian famous. I didn't think you typed in your question. I didn't do your reading. So Egyptian, let me just go through and double check who I haven't done a reading for. Egyptian famous. Mizrak, I've still been waiting for a question, so I don't know what's happened there. So I did everyone on that list, I think, except for Egyptian famous. And I've been waiting for Mizrak. So I'll just see if Mizrak typed in a question. So if you're on that list, or okay, that list or this list and never got a question answered, can you please make sure that you've typed in a question? Okay, so I'm just trying to see who hasn't had a reading. So I'm just trying to make sure everyone's had a reading that's in the list, and I'm just cruising at the moment. So I haven't had Mizrak's question. So they're still there. Egyptian famous, your question as well. And if you've been on the list and haven't had a question answered, please make sure you type it in. So then I'm waiting for, okay, High Priestess. SZ. Okay, if SZ's still here. Natalia. Dreamy Rose. Right. Okay, I'm just trying to see who's here. And info. Right, so I'm just going to do, I really have to close up, guys. I've really been on here for a while, so I'm just going to finish up the questions, and then that's it. Finished. List closed. Okay, so let me have a look. Like I said, I'm just going to finish up from the High Priestess's last reading. So I did that. So I did Sarah's. Let's do Dreamy Rose. Okay, let me just finish up. Okay, if you've typed in your question, I'm going to finish up now. This is it. So these are the last questions. Let me just type in last readings. Okay, this is it. This is the last few readings. If you've typed in your question, I will do them. So we're talking about receiving a 5K. Well, I think there's a lot of things that need to be sorted here. So what do you need to know in regards to receiving your 5K? Let's do the like a Rider-Waite-Smith type cards. Okay. Here we've got the Devil card. So there's a lot of things that need to be dealt with. There's a lot of chains that need to be broken. There's a lot of things that need to be dealt with before you receive your 5K. Okay. It does feel like there will be a gain, but there's some things that need to be dealt with first. There are some things from your submission that you need to deal with. Okay. There are some things that are needing to be dealt with in regards to receiving the 5K. So it does feel like, yes, you will, but there are some things that are keeping it will be delayed. Might not be as quick as you expect. There are some things that need to be dealt with. There are some things that are delaying the process, it's keeping it changed. So some stuff that needs to be dealt with in regards to the 5K. Okay. So I'm just doing these quick questions quickly, and then that's it. So if you put your question in, Natalia, I'll do your question as well. So I'm doing the last of the questions because I've been on for nearly 2.5 hours. So I'm going to do my 2.5, and then that's it. That I have to quit. Okay, so I like the Waterfall Tarot. So how will applying to Australia for visit turn out for you? How will applying to Australia for a visit? Wow, wealth and abundance. So it feels like it's going to be positive. It's a positive trip for you. Okay, it's a positive trip, but there will be some decisions to be made. Okay, there are some decisions. You do find yourself at a crossroads. So there are some decisions for you to be made with the trip, with the visit. But it does talk about abundance and prosperity. It does feel like things will go really, really well, that things will work out really well, but you will find yourself with some decisions to be made. So you need to look at the decisions that will be made in regards to the situation. I think there's a lot. I think you've got a lot of choices, a lot of just pathways that you could travel in regards to this situation. So you do need to make the decisions clearly, but it does feel like it will be abundance and prosperity. So it'll turn out okay. Overall, it all depends on what decisions you make. Yeah, it's all about what decisions you'll make in regards to it. So I'm just seeing if there's any questions here. If there's any questions in chat, I will answer them. If not, so if you've got any questions, make sure they're being asked, because I cannot answer your questions without them. So if you're still in chat and you want your question answered, I will answer it. Does a Sagittarius dream about me? Right, so let's do tarot décryptive. Okay, does a Sagittarius dream about Natalia? What's going on? Dreams. Interesting. So, interesting with the Four of Swords here and the Chariot. And I got the answers, yes. There is a dreaming about you. There is a resting period. There is thoughts. There's meditation. Like, there is taking time out from the situation. So, for me, with the Four of Swords, I get the sense of a sleep type of energy here, a sense of resting, taking time out. So there's some thoughts about you. There's some things, thinking about what direction, thinking about the direction to move into. So yeah, does the Sagittarius dream about you? Yes, there's some thoughts about you. There is some thoughts about the direction that to move into with the situation. So yeah, there are some dreams about you in some way. So let me just go through, I'm just going to go through the chat here and see if there's any questions that I've missed. Whew. So if you haven't typed in your question, I can't answer it, of course. So I am trying to scroll back in the chat and see if there's any questions that I've missed. I know misery. I know I keep saying misery. I've been waiting to answer the question, so, but I haven't been able to see a question to answer. So I can only go if I go through YouTube, it doesn't go all the way back like it does with StreamYard. So that's why I think I might miss some of the questions. That's why it's important to wait until I ask and then post your question when I say your name. So I'm still trying to see because I really need to get going. Yeah, I've done yours info. I did your reading. I did it before. I did it before the one I just did. Done your reading info. Done that. Done that. You guys. I know you're a little bit behind in thing. So I'm just seeing if I've missed Mizrak's question. It's not showing up. Sometimes things come up as so I'm just trying to find out who's got added. I'm just seeing how far I can go back with YouTube. Because sometimes it doesn't come through on StreamYard for some reason. No. Oh, you're quite a bit behind. Oh, good. You saw your reading. Okay. So that's it. That's the final, I think. I can't see any more questions. I think there's a few people that haven't typed in their questions, so I haven't been able to do their readings for them. So yeah, I've just been waiting to see who types their question in, and I know things are a bit slow. Okay. So that's it from me. Okay. So I'm sorry, guys. I've got to get going. Thanks for being with me. Thanks for the donations. Thanks for the support. Thanks for being here. Look, guys, I'm sorry if I've missed your reading. Please, can you come again in a couple of days? Keep a check out. You can always book in a private reading or pre-book a donation reading as well. Don't forget, you can pre-book a donation reading as well by checking out the links down below or the pinned link. You can actually pre-book your donation if you want to make sure that you get it. Don't forget, if you see the membership links for details in regards to from as little as $1 a month or $3 a month to get a free private reading. If you do even $1 a month, you get a little bit of a bonus with being on the live as well. You can get a little extra, get a little bit looked after as well. So that's it from me. Thanks for being here. 2.5 hours I do have to get going. So I'll be back again in a couple of days. But don't forget, you can book your private pre-book your donation readings as well. And that's it. Bye.